Hello, trader. Welcome back to my channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone globally. Just a quick update of today, the 27th of May 2020. Disclaimer, guys, Forex carry high level of risk. So when you invest, you should have a plan and trade your plan. Do not get out of your plan border. If you do, you're going to lose or you'll be gambling. Maybe you get lucky once or twice, but not forever. So keep that in mind. Okay, guys. Moving on. Quickly checking on S&P 500 future contract. You can see that we broke the 3,000 last night, um, overnight session, and we hovering above uh, yesterday high. Is actually below the 21 mark, but this is a delay. So there's a delay here. They're going to treat it as a delay, but it is below the 21 mark. So as you can see that probably we're going to see some momentum down here as a pullback, as a even small pullback like here to, the market we're moving waves, one, two, and then break higher. Then we'll see what's happening from here. Is going to feed away or is going to actually break higher. But I think we're going to see some momentum down first and we'll come back up again. So that's been said. Let's move on to the next. I think is risk off sentiment going on. So stay tuned for this. Okay, looking at gold. You see that gold is actually taking the side of risk off, risk on situation is coming back down. And I expected that to go that from yesterday. If you watched my video yesterday, I said that we're going to break below the 20. Looks very weak, so probably going to retest the 20 and we continue. So what we're looking for, our target will be around this level first hand, and after that here, the the second spike down here. You just look for it. That's the daily view, by the way. So if you look as well here, we have a one swing low, second swing low. That could be the third swing low as well. Probability is S&P 500 going down. Progress is gold some moving back up. That's another scenario. So which scenario is going to play out? We'll have to look for if we're going to go feed away and we break a new swing low, come closer to the previous one. That's the previous one highlighted by a wick. And here as well, that's indicating there's a buyers pushing the market up. And we can see above there three interesting swings. We'll break about from here and we come and we make another one. Whether or not we're going to do another swing here before we go down first, that could be another scenario. So it's all to do in a low time frame, see which one is the strongest, buyer or seller, and you will make your decision from there. So far, we broke below the previous day low. That's mean we'll continue down. We have so far 1, 2, 3 days. We have a 1, 2, 3 days bears and one big one here, only two long here, two bulls is tiny against the three or four bears here. You can count this as a decision still inside the candle. So breakout from there, it was a good, interesting in the low time frame to go lower and lower and lower. So we're looking for three major move in low time frame. If we calculate that correctly, probably gonna come around this level first and before we get somewhere else. So guys, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Ask me questions and I will be replying to you as soon as possible. Next is Bitcoin USD. You see that Bitcoin pushing back up again is only pullback in my opinion. If S&P 500 is going or the stock is going for risk off, so dollar it will show some momentum back up. We can count that as a pullback. However, the head of the snake is S&P 500, and if S&P 500 losing momentum down, then probably the rest of the currency will react to it, chain reaction. So we testing here again. We had a failure, come back down. Looks like failure to break low and coming back up again to reach challenges levels again. So what happened here? We'll have to watch out for what happened here. Then if we're gonna break higher, then we'll be watching for the next level to be challenged. If you want to trade between this level and this level, that will be a good opportunity to long, but it will tell the story. It will be more in details in the low time frames if this is indeed the move. So you see that move back up, confusion, and we broke below the last swing, failure, come back down and failure again, three failure, 1, 2, 3, and we trying to go down, but we have swing low, swing low. If that's been successful as a swing low, we're probably going to see some momentum exactly the same like this one. So could be a triangle as well. So come back up here. I'm not going to even reach that level. It's going to just swing low again and come back and start to consolidate. Then we'll see breakout either side, up or down. So in my opinion, there's not much of trader investing yet because there's not our interest. That will be interesting to short from here, interesting to be long from here. So they are starting to long since we break out every candle, break higher than the previous one. It's a trade, is a trend inside. So what I can tell here, we have a momentum back up. Also, we have to count the 50%, whether or not it's going to be successful or not. So there's a lot of factor to keep in mind. Do not just trade one candle. You have to put it in context of what else is supporting your view. All right, we're looking at oil now. I'm looking at this to flatten. As you can see, it's flat. There's no more interest in buyers in the market. Buyer from here, from the breakout, that's still holding the positions. Maybe some of them exit. You can see that they're exit and some that get in again. The dumb money probably get in here to try to reach high, but I'm not sure about that. We're at the end of the month. We've got a few days left, and I think that we're going to see a spike down very quick. What will indicating that is buyer just giving up or they exit their position, and that's why we will see some momentum down. Without pushing up again, we should see some swing low again before we push back up. Other than that, it's not really interesting to buy here, in my opinion. Beside all of this, maybe we'll see quick spike, but not it's not supported one because the economy going back in business, so on and so forth. There's not much interest. They're looking for a discount, at least coming to the 20 moving average. Then from there, algos will start to buy or load more trade. So it's not going to be right on it. It's going to be just below it maybe, or just touch it and come back up again. It depends how much they're really desperate to buy this market. So we are 50%. We didn't really get to 61% yet. That telling you the market is still not sure from the previous swing high to the zero line on this market, but in future it was about 40 minus 40 dollars, so about 30 some 38, not sure exact number, but it was below the zero. So just be careful, do not buy if you're interested to buy this market. Wait for at least a good solid price action, which is the average 20 last days, which is the last 20. That's the average price. That will be very interesting to a lot of computers and algos and artificial intelligence, of course. Dollar index, you see that we come back up about more than 50% of the move down, come back up. Looks like it's going to continue as a major move. So I think S&P 500 will show some momentum up. If the dollar index show momentum down, that'll be very interesting to see the test of the 98 finally. Maybe we'll see it, but it's very weak. You see that indecision going on here, so keep that in mind. Today is could be an indecision only. That will be mirror with Euro USD as well. You can see Euro USD getting some momentum back up. But if you look closer to the price of the day, if you want to make sure that you're on the right track, you see that both of them actually have some gain, green. Okay, visually you see that green. That's mean euro is actually getting some bids above the average. So I think that as euro will see some momentum back up ahead of the news. I'm not sure when the news is, but I think that's ahead of the news. Probably see some major move as well. So if you see that here, one push 50%, another push back up to that green resistance level, and from there probably we exit. We'll see a small pullback or maybe around this level, then probably break higher to this 1150, around 1150. Okay, so let's just stay tuned with this one. Pound USD, we see that pound pushed a nice ABC. Let's see what happened here. I talked about that looking strong on Tuesday. Monday was a bank holidays, of course, US and market was dry. Tuesday, we see that big giant momentum will override the last few days. Last week, complete Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Monday. So basically, we have a big strong momentum. We're coming back now, retest the low, the breakout point, which is last 3 days or 5 days. And probably from there, if any investor will be looking to buy this market again for a push back up, in my opinion. But if they see that dollar is getting stronger, maybe they go cold feet, and that's why you see pounds like probably they exit their positions. Because I'm trading it myself on a regular basis, you see that we have a very strong probably market come back down and quickly come back up to exit where the big money entered the market, and they just break even. So they brought again here big giant chunk of money to push back the price up, so they exit the main position where they were adding. Every time you break out of the previous candle, they add more money. That's the algo, how the algo does work. So when they see this is a failure, looks like we broke below the 20, then we'll come back up again and we'll close just above this spike up. If you do that, you see that right on it, that's where they enter positions here. And we see that it's been failure to continue back up, come back up, they exit position. Uh, Bulls giving up, bears, they taking the other side of the trade. And that's why we see the momentum accelerating very quick. But what I can tell you from here, maybe the bears will exit around this level, which is looks like it's going to hold here. Probably we'll see what's happening here. Then maybe we'll see another pop back up again. And because ultimately on the daily, if you look on the daily, just get this to the daily. Look at that. We are get the right nice big swing low. Come back, we'll up here and start to slow down. Momentum down, come back up. What happened is we broke the trend line first of all. Very strong momentum. Secondly, we were testing 50%. And if you still not in the trade above the 20 moving average, that will be a good opportunity to buy the market for a measure move equal to this last few measure moves. Okay, going to be another third one before we see another mirror to this measure moves. One trade, two trade, three trade. Then after that we'll see one, two, three. Then another maybe one, two, three up. There's a lot of possibility, so you have to make your mind up by studying inside each candle which one is stronger, the bulls or the bears. The same thing going here. Pound is just a pushing, but the thing is, if S&P 500 getting weaker, then yen will take advantage of the situation and will be stronger. So that will be could be sideways here, could be just come to that trend line and start testing it and start to show some slowing momentum. Then probably see some major breakout if S&P 500 will help, that will accelerate the price higher. Plus pound is getting strong, so keep that in mind as well. We can see here, as we talked about pound Aussie, we see this line here. That was a measure move is being calculated. Measure move is not by the book. It's either shorter or longer than your target. That's why you should be exiting just before it, or if you see that the momentum is strong, maybe you will hold for longer. Maybe that measure move will be extended, But as I told you, that will be a mark for me to see whether or not to continue back up or down. To be honest, I've been long around this level here at the close yesterday. Just below it, I was a spread, and it looks went down again and come back up. So that could be a trap, bear's trap. If that's so, S&P 500 will be a weaker, and my take profit will be around the 20 moving average, just near same action happened here before. It will be here. That will be my target to exit until further notice. If we see that actually broke beyond this 20 moving average and start to come back down again and go back up. So the idea is come back here, I'll be exiting, then probably come back down again, and we'll start buying from there. If we see the momentum is building up to go back up, that's indicating S&P 500 will be weaker. Well, overall, we see head and shoulder pattern is started to build. We are right in the middle of it now. In my opinion, that I think that's going to be. It was supposed to be one here, but it's become a failure. We'll break out of it. Now we'll be looking for the big one. That could be the head. The head is going to be a little bit longer, so bigger, wider. So we'll see how that goes. That's the daily view anyway. Could be a lot of possibility. But the 20 moving average is your target or your starting point to long or short. Mostly, if it's below it, you short. If it's above it, you long. Okay. Bound New Zealand, same stories. Looks like we're gonna have head and shoulder here. So let's look for this, whether or not it will actually show some momentum to 20 moving average. Overall, if you want to buy the breakout of the day, the previous day, we will be targeting the 20 moving average normally on any situation. If you're away from the 20 moving average, probability is you're going to test the 20 moving average if it shows momentum. Looks like we have a couple of wicks here. I would like to see that day close indecision or a wick just like that. I like it to be closed like this, maybe green a little bit. It will indicate maybe we're going to go behind the 20 moving average. What the next resistance level is going to be here. So if you calculate the 20 moving average is coming near this support, and if we go before the moving average come near this support, probably we're gonna break a little bit higher. Okay. Um, there's more to it, but guys, I will explain that later in my training when I'm working on it. Look at that, we have a nice build up here, but pound getting weak a little bit. CAD is sticking the side of strong. We have a couple of wicks here to show that maybe we have more to go down for, and we broke below that wick day yesterday, and we see the momentum down. If that's true, we will see that day intact. It will be still red as it is. Probably next day we'll see some pullback to retest the breakout, and then we'll see another leg down. If it's not going to be intact and we'll come back near the close, above the 50% of the candle day inside the day, then maybe probability we see pullback again and will continue back up. It will be overall will be a failure to break lower. There will be like a failure to break lower, then we'll be looking for some up momentum. Similar to the situation here, failure to break, but this one looking smaller, and we see the next day it just keep going down, flat, going down, flat, going down. If that could be also as a measure move from the breakout to the bottom, we'll calculate this, and from the breakout to the bottom, we'll calculate this. It's not far, but maybe 80% you can come down to this level before we actually see some resistance, support coming to support this level. If it's not, you're gonna tell like something similar to this, something similar to this. You see? The Wix is indicating that the buyer get inside the day and the push the price up. So that's will indicate that they're still in the market. When you see some equal wicks like here, that's mean whoever brought from here pushed the market way up, they exit the position and they add to short, because the big money always move in the market. Not everyone does, only the big giant money, the fat ones. So the wheels, if you want to call it. Okay, guys, this is it. Thanks very much for being here, and good luck for today and the rest of the week. Today is only Tuesday, Wednesday. Last count by the pandemic. Wednesday today, guys. So please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. And if you have a question, ask me, and I will reply to you as soon as possible. Thanks, guys. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.